The video behind this was like, it's 2009 and you're searching up Super Saiyan 100 leaks at 3 a.m.
Jeez. Testing. What are your goals for the coming month? Okay, I think we might be back in action just in time for 6:30 as well. Sounds right. Excellent.
Coming through, right?
Yeah, I think so. So I think I can minimize that one. Open this one up.
I've still got this one coming through.
That's changed. What's that? So that might be the old stream. So I've created a totally new stream,
okay,
which hopefully should be showing us now and looking much more pretty. And I'll just have to delete that one later. Minimize that one. Yeah.
Cool.
So
got this one coming through.
All right. Turn that off and
Sweet.
Let's get into it.
Ready to rock and roll.
All right, you ready, Onesie?
Let's do it.
I'll run this one.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. I got that sorted. Bring up my goals. Here we go.
We all can be mortals, capable of mistakes. The journey's not here to be agonized upon.
That's it. Do not agonize upon the journey, people. Welcome to another Mere Mortals monthly goals, and we have had an agonizing start to trying to kick this off. Computer audio issues coming out the wazoo.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're here. You've got Kyrin.
Got one on the other side.
And one on the other side. And yeah, we're going to get into our monthly goals. So normally this is where at the start of every month, in particular on the first Wednesday, usually of the month, we do a live session. So if you ever feel like joining in live, you're more than welcome to.
And I was able to do that. I was able to, I think, hit 72 kilometers until running didn't become available to me, and my watch pretty much stopped tracking kilometers. So I was happy with that. The ones those middle ones there for the mind perspective for me, 4 and 5, were the completing 2 book reviews from Ryan Holiday. Didn't even do one. One book was finished. The other book I haven't even finished reading yet, although there's not many pages left, which is a good thing. However, just didn't get around to actually putting together the book reviews to publish them and everything.
Yeah. Well, it was a busy month.
It was a busy full month. And the other one was just the attending a different event type while on holidays. I put this down because I wanted to do something different, and I thought the holidays probably will allow that. It actually turned out, in fact, that there isn't really that many activities to do. So while I did a lot of great things, it wasn't like an event type that is different. Like, I mean, even golfing, I've been golfing, it's not a different thing. I was trying to look for...
Oh, you haven't been golfing on Hamilton, man. That's a beautiful course.
That's true. So look, that could have been a thing. Probably wasn't the type of holiday that I was after anyways. I was really looking for, a little dancing event, a yoga session by sunrise. There wasn't too much. There was opportunities. I will actually, looking back now, there was opportunities to take a mini sailboat to go out and sort of use it, but we kind of chose instead to just get smashed and be by the poolside. So
nice.
Wasn't something I regretted really. So, but anyway, those two with my nose.
Okay.
So 5 completed.
You made a lovely breakfast.
71%. Yes, I did. Yeah. Which has been that's been really nice. Being able to take time, usually on a Sunday, but it was much easier when I was on holidays as well.
Okay,
so,
nice.
That was in November. Goals for me.
Brilliant.
What about yours?
All right. So for me, I had a pretty good month, to be honest, in some respects. So in other respects, not so great. Okay. When I bring up my goals here, so I definitely did most of the number type ones. So I did do the 15 approaches. I did go to 2 events and organize a podcast meetup. Went for a yoga session on beers and yoga. That was fun. Did not do my mini list of crypto experiments, although I have officially now used a DEX.
Oh, very cool. Yep.
I tried using a DEX on
decentralized exchange for those who might not know the terminology.
Correct. I accidentally ordered twice of what I thought I was doing. But, it is what it is.
Kyrin has bought 10 Bitcoin instead of 5 Bitcoin.
Yeah, man. You know me, a big baller. So I did create a new stretching template. Where are my notes? I think they're over there somewhere. But 15 hours, I did 2 of those hours.
Whoa.
So I didn't get that done. I did do my uncomfortable thing worthy of a story. Check out the meanderings before this to see that. I did go to a Spanish meetup. How many hours of German did I do?
Here we go.
Zero.
Oh, nada.
0 hours.
Zero. Zilch. 9.
Yeah. No, well, that's not. I think it's nil.
Nil? Is 9 no?
9 is
Neun.
Nine. Yeah.
Nil.
So
Zero.
I did fully prep it and clean the house. So
No German. Wait, why no German?
I'll get to that in a sec.
Okay.
And then I did read one of my coding books, or started reading it about a third of the way through.
Okay,
so
cool.
pretty happy
Enjoying
with
the
that.
coding book?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't say it's. It hasn't frustrated me to beyond belief yet, but there was a couple of things where I was like, why is this less than symbol not working? Why isn't this working? And I could see how you can create really bad code. I created this thing where it was just a pretty simple loop, and man, I was creating some awful things. But it was fun.
Were you running some unit tests?
It was a good start. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Fair.
a good start. So why no German and barely any stretching? Honestly, it felt like my days were so full, and I just didn't prioritize it. One good thing about Duolingo, and there's kind of props to Duolingo, is it does force you to, because if you break your streak,
lose a streak.
But this is where the bad thing is, like they fucked up their tokenomics of their gems.
Yeah, fair.
Everyone's talking about these tokenomics, and fucking Duolingo's a shite house now, because there was an incentive for me to keep the streak going, and then I was going to use all of these things to kind of like fast track to be able to complete it. But when they rolled out that new thing, there was just
no way.
So I've got my German book there, like a book to use for grammar, for words, for things like that, and just that always felt like there was something more important to be doing. So that one, and the stretching is a disappointing. 28 hours I was short. How much of that, if I could look back at every single day and go, that was a full wasted hour in that day, I think maybe 14 of those days. So I still think I would have been struggling to find 14 hours. But I definitely, if you want to know how much time I waste a month, I feel 14 hours is a rough, at least for this month, was a good rough estimate. So, and honestly, like we talked, my motivation's been down. Mentally, I've been like bleh all over the shop. You've been even worse.
Makes it hard to just become like incredibly disciplined. To be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna sit here for an hour. And I'm gonna do German.
But we're gonna change that, aren't we? We're both gonna be more disciplined for this coming up month. So
we'll see what December's got planned for us.
Before we do that, we'll go into our supporter section and do a little bit of a thanking of supporters for contributing to the Mere Mortals. Like I said, I haven't updated these. We can't update them for November because it's still the last day here. But we didn't do it for the last one, so at least we can give a shout out for October.
Yep.
And yeah, Peter, look at him. He's approaching that 1 million sats, and he's definitely over by now.
Oh yeah,
definitely over.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure Dave would be above the 500,000 as well. So that's kind of like two little milestones there. Most importantly, though, Juan's got this cool little chart that you've created.
I forgot that I created that. Jeez.
Which is much more appealing on the desktop than it is
than it is on the mobile. Absolutely. Whatever default the particular website platform does for mobiles is shocking, I swear. So, but yeah, on the desktop, looks all right.
For sure. So you can see a fair bit of a drop off in terms of numbers from, at least compared to like June.
At least the deltas that we're seeing.
Yep. But I'm still pretty happy. That's like still like 1 million sats. Sorry, not 1 million. 100k sats.
100k sats.
That could be that's like one t-shirt worth of sats coming in per month.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good terminology.
It's just distributed across many
people.
But there's. I'm working on it. I'm working to boost this number up.
Good.
And others can contribute by boosting as well. So what are we talking about? This is a value for value podcast, and the way that we, I suppose, monetize the podcast or keep the lights running and whatnot is we ask for contributions back from you lovely people listening in. So we do that via Boostergrams. That's where you can send in a message with a payment of Satoshis attached in the actual app itself, wherever you're listening. If you're listening on a decent app, so newpodcastapps.com, choose one of the ones like Fountain, Breeze, Podverse is pretty good, or Castomatic. And yeah, support us, support the show. And if you get to 100k sats, like we have the 4 people up here, Peter, Dave, Oscar, and Steven, we'll send you a t-shirt. We'll send you a t-shirt.
Exactly.
There's a whole box just of them
the
just
box
over there.
Yeah, exactly. Box next to us, so they are at the ready.
Plenty of them waiting.
Exactly.
So everyone who supported, thank you. And yeah, we'll update those details in a day.
Exactly. Yeah, the latest.
Okay. All right, Juan, what do you
December.
got for December? Tell me your news.
Well, look, I'm anticipating, first of all, that there's going to be some more full days coming into December. There's obviously the Christmas holidays, the New Year's.
Correct.
Now, there's probably going to be a more reserved time period. I'm not traveling as much. So I've been traveling the past 2 months. But I've still pulled it back to 6 key goals this time around.
Yep.
One of the big changes, I would say, for this time around is my focus on fitness-wise. So it's been predominantly in the past few months on a particular lift: overhead press, clean and jerk, deadlifts, bench press. So now I'm pushing back slightly just for this month, just to kind of scale it back in a way, in the way I'm saying it. So one, I want to be going swimming at least 4 times. So in a similar trend in how I was doing my running, where I went, I just want to get a certain amount of running kilometers in. I'm going to do this with my swimming. So I essentially want to try and get the goal that I'm after by around January time. So want to swim 4 times. Don't really care what the distance is or the intervals. Just want to kind of get into it and do it. So that's one piece for December. 2 is I just want to do one 1 hour session of stretching.
Just one
1 hour session. So I've been enjoying doing a few 20 to 30 minute sessions.
Yeah.
Like essentially I'm doing one 20 to 30 minute stretching session a week and maybe a few of 5 minutes. But I haven't done a really dedicated 1 hour stretching session. So I'm like, okay, cool. I want to try this. I want to try like a full hour of stretching. What that might look like, what I'm doing. Maybe we're watching a show or something like that. Awesome. But so that's just it's an easy one, but I want to try and do it because I haven't done it before.
Yep, for sure.
I want to focus on just the overall push-pull leg split. So this is just a very traditional sort of bodybuilding style movement with just life in general. I just want to pull it back and go, cool, I want to make it really easy. I just go in for a workout. It's, I almost don't have to think about it too much. And I'm also not trying to max out, not trying to remember, wave loading patterns or back forth patterns in terms of my lifts or anything. No, it's just keep it basic. I still might do some complex movements, but it won't be for any purpose other than just getting a good blood flow, basically. Yep. So those are the top 3 in terms of the mind. The 2 in the mind go over, 1 carrying over from November, which is going to be the 2 book reviews. So this one should be a whole host easier now that one of the other ones almost ready to rock and roll. Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of time doing it. Just actually doing them and putting them out. The other one is just attending some Christmas events, really, that I normally would, or I haven't really in the past. I've got the invites. It's just about making the time for them. This kind of maps out to going to events, like different events. There's like a contractors event for Christmas and a partner's Christmas event, which is with different folks. I kind of want to make the time and go to those things, even though they might take up quite a significant amount of time that I've actually booked them in now. And the last one, this one's an interesting one. I want to stick around for the food and the drink these holidays. So this actually means, because usually, and this is a propensity that me and my dad have, and I've noticed it a lot, and it's been called out to me in the past as well, that I will, if I'm doing an event or I'm at an event or I'm having a dinner, there's a propensity that I'm like, after I eat or finish eating, and we might still be talking, my default would be like, okay, cool, done. Like, it's done, finished, the event's done, move, do something else.
Yeah, you're not good at the kind of lounging around aspect.
Once upon a time, I remember you went over for Christmas with us. It was many years ago when Andrea was here.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like at a certain point, I was like, okay, cool, that's it, done. We finished talking, like, we finished eating, time to rock and roll. I don't have, my default's not to just chill out and relax.
Yeah.
So I'm putting it as a goal for me that during these holidays, I don't want to rush the food and the drinks and into occasions, because I do have a normal sort of like guiding way to do that. I just want to be like, I'll feel it. I know for sure I'll feel it, and just try to let it flow past me and be like, no, it's okay. It's fine. Ease into that suffering that I'm going to feel of wanting to chill out and drink some food, eat and drink. So anyways, those are the main ones. Again, these are very much, should be quite easy to tick off. I have no expectations. I'm not going to achieve all of these for December.
Yeah.
But it's also off the back of some missed goals and known busy days that are to come. So I'm like, yep, December is usually a time that I can pull back. And this has been the case as well in previous years as well.
Yeah, okay. Oh,
so
cool.
That's December 2022 goals, folks.
What did I want to comment on that? There was the...
are you going to prepare for New Year goals?
No.
New Year, New Me?
No. I did want to say, I think I missed out on one of the probably most important parts of a job, which was... because it was mining and we're in a downturn, we never got events or anything. We basically had to like pay for our own Christmas party sort of shit. Okay. And there was one. There was not 8 of them like it seems you and other friends of mine.
Yeah. I got 2 on Friday. And whether I go to these or not is...
Yeah.
Is
You've got the invitation as the
I've got an invitation to 2 this Friday, 1 next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This Saturday there's 1. And then the following week after that, there's another Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
There's a few.
Yeah, exactly. I can't even remember my soccer team having a Christmas party or anything like that.
Where's the Bitcoin Christmas party?
Maybe I left before. Actually, I probably left before then. So that was the Bitcoin one. That one's
Where is it? I haven't seen it.
Well, you have to ask Lucas. Blockchain
facts.
All right,
Anyways,
good.
December goals.
Cool. So for me, of course, that just went away. Here we go. So my December goals are as follows. I'm going to up my approaches. So I actually did those 15 approaches relatively easy. And then I noticed, kind of like motivation somewhat gone a bit. Like
the 15 was achieved.
Yeah. It was like, and there was some other stuff thrown in. I physically wasn't going out to a bunch of locations and whatnot, but still it was, there's something about numbers driven. It's so weird. Like my mind is so fucked. Like it's finding out all of this stuff where it's like, approaching puts me in this like really weird introspective internal mindset, which isn't usually a positive type thing. I need to have numbers for it. So it feels like I'm a kind of like gross PUA in some respects. And then in other respects, it's like, but I just don't meet anyone if I don't have a fucking number to it.
So you're going for 100?
45.
I reckon you could up it to 60, man. I reckon up it to 60 because the reality of this goal, I feel like, is you should set it to something that's so almost unachievable that it continues to make you do it for the whole month.
No, you need to find that balance between reasonable and...
I think 100. I think 60 or 100 is reasonable. I think
maybe
3 a day.
Maybe
3 a day.
Maybe if you approach like Juan does, fucking bullshit, shitty approaches. But
45, so 45.
45. I think 45 is reasonable for me.
Okay.
And I want to go to a yoga and unfit run club event. So try and get out to that yoga again.
Unfit run club.
So there's a place called Unfit Run Club.
Okay.
And they do... Now, there's the scary bit, which is they do every now and then on a Thursday in the evening at like 6 p.m. Beautiful time. I can run then. And then the other one, which is more dedicated, is Saturday at 6:15 a.m. So, and the Thursday one, I know they have one on tomorrow, but I'm already kind of committed to going to a crypto, the Bitcoin meetup, which then means like, fuck, I hope they have a Thursday one sometime. So I really don't want to have to get up at Saturday at 6:15 a.m. to go to one. Go to 2 events. So those are like the crypto or just etc. events and organize a podcast meetup. So don't actually have one for this next month, but just organize one for January. This mini list of crypto experiments, so I still want to get that done. I want to do 20 hours of stretching and rehab. So in particular, this is like that stretching template I used, actually really get hard into it. Man, I've noticed, like, thankfully, when I was, in my early 20s, I locked in a lot of really good yoga gains and they just hang around. I can do most of a split, front split, side splits. I can do most, like, a bridge and stuff. And it's not hard to do. But I feel like, man, it's limiting me with some of the handstand stuff I want to do. I am feeling limited again, which I don't like. So... really focus. It's not so much on the actual handstands this month. It's on the stretching
Sure.
that I really want to do. I want to cultivate a Christmas spirit. So even though I'm not getting invited to events, I want to make sure I'm not being a Grinch. And so I definitely want to try and be a bit more cheerful just in general. So there are, like with my family, with some friends and stuff. Yeah, I want to be a bit more giving, a bit more jovial, a bit more fun. So kind of trying to force myself out of this bad mood I've been in. 4 hours of Spanish and 5 hours of German. I'm toning it down.
Okay, pull it back a bit.
I'm gonna something that's reasonable and can be done. So this is probably more like either speaking or listening to podcasts, and this is the actual sitting down and doing it for the German. I've created a good and bad tying in with the Christmas theme. So establishing some good habits and removing some bad habits.
Okay. Yeah.
I won't share the full list, but it's things like getting the sleep pattern down, eating better, eating less, just like not using the phone at these certain times, not using internet at these certain times, that sort of thing. I think a lot of that slipped, which is also why I had a shitty month last month in terms of motivation. I was just establishing all these bad habits again. So it's like, all right, got to clean shop again.
Yep.
Start
not blank slate, but just clean it up a little bit to give you a bit of a launch pad.
And then the last one is finish the coding book. So in particular, it is this book here called Coding for Beginners Using Python.
Coding for Beginners.
So I'm a third of the way through, and what have I've learned loops, I've learned while codes, I've learned random inputs, and then I don't know what all this next stuff is, but yeah, lots of things to be done. So
cool.
Want to finish it off, and it's got all these helpful little children things. So I'm sure there's like 6-year-olds who could smash me at this sort of stuff, but got to learn sometime.
That is true. It's good to pick up some of it and understand, I guess, some of it as people talk about it.
For sure. So last couple of things is that I normally like to talk about is the fitness challenge. Oh boy, Juan, this has not been good. This has not been good at all. So after a pretty stellar start in October of getting stuff done, man, I just have not. Things haven't been working out so great. And
have you gotten points?
I've gotten 0 points so far. 0 points so far. All of that is from the previous one. So if you're looking on your screen now, I was showing up all the previous year's ones, but this year, nada. Damn. And the disappointing thing is I was getting really close with the pull-ups and dips and push-ups and stuff, and then this elbow thing happened.
Yep.
The one-arm handstand, I can do all the left ones now, but the right one, no. I'm going to have to lay off that for probably a month, maybe even more. Clap handstand push-ups, like I've had to just give them. Yeah, it's been very frustrating. It's been a frustrating month. So yeah, nothing to report from that side. Very good. All right, so I think that's it. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Any other comments at all from the
I wasn't even particularly looking at the actual live stream. Joey was do 100 approaches. 9, and that means no, not 9. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Apologies, people. I know this hasn't been our normal stellar monthly goals, but we've been a little bit over the shop today and this last month, I'd say, for both of us. So we'll come back, start afresh in the new year for the monthly goals, and you'll hear about how we kicked off or finished off 2022, and we'll be raring for 2023, I am sure. So that's it for today, Mere Mortalites. Thank you for joining. Juan, take us out.
Thank you very much. Mere Mortals, Juan out.
Kyrin out.
Good.
Yeah. Boop. We'll be back again for the musings right now. So give me 2 minutes to finish off and then kick it up. What up, Joey and Patricia? Thank you.
Speaking of, so the